Hello there, free humans, and welcome to this video. And oh my god, we are completely screwed. Because this thing was just shown on the Blitz stream, so the Object 268 version 4, is that what it is? It's basically the 263 on a big amount of steroids. We're going to talk about that tank in the tanks.gg later, but what they got showed as well is this one, the T100 LT. So that is very nice. What they also showed is they showed some Black Friday event where you could get the T54E2, so please save your gold. The T54E2 is going to come for Black Friday, if that is accurate, what they showed there. I mean, I didn't watch the stream, I just had someone tell me, so thanks, Satan. So, I mean, he's literally called Satan, so I don't know. But yeah, let's take a look at tanks.gg, and as always, you take a look at the like and subscribe button. I'm going to start off with the 268 version 4 here, and I would assume that it is going to be a collector tank because they showed the tech tree with the LT, and it wasn't there, so I would expect this to certainly be a T10 collector tank, and there is one or two things that can happen. Either it's going to be very good, like a VK90, or it's going to be very shit, like a WZ-111-5A. So we don't really know how it's going to happen. We got to see the stats first. You know, I don't know them. You know, they just showed the picture of it, so the stats are going to be released eventually. So just stay informed about that. What this video is about, it isn't about what it is going to be in Blitz. It is about what it already is in World Tanks PC and what you can kind of expect and what you can kind of draw conclusions from that, hopefully. So what we can already see, this tank is very, very well armored. You basically can't pen the front of it, except for this, for rangefinder hatch or whatever that is. The front plate, you can pen it from the top, but most of the time when you level with it, it's going to be an auto bounce. So this tank is very strong. It is a frontline brawling heavy tank essentially, even though it doesn't have a turret. It's more of a heavy tank than a tank destroyer. It doesn't have a good gun. I mean, 2.3k DPM, but the penetration is very good. Tank destroyer like. Obviously, damage 650, so it is most likely going to be either 560 or just 600. In Blitz, I don't expect it to be 640 because obviously the alpha damage here in World Tanks PC is quite low as well, and I don't think that is going to transfer quite well. Then the mobility is quite high. Would expect the same thing to be true in Blitz as well. You know, be a very, very fast, very well armored attack frontline tank destroyer essentially. So camping in this thing would not be a good option. However, the downside of this thing is only 5 degrees of gun depression. It's a Russian tank, so it isn't going to do very well in the hills. Which is quite sad because that's what the important parts of the maps are most of the time. But you're going to have enough opportunities to make it work. And especially with the superstructure being very, very strong, you can try to hide the hull behind some obstacle or whatever, and then peek over and take some shots. Obviously, you have to watch out for this thing, though. I would expect them to detune the armor a bit, because in its current state, it's just absolutely broken in World Tanks PC. So I would expect them to bounce it down a bit, but then again, if it's going to be a collector, they might overdo it, and then we're going to end up with a Smash Red T10, but who knows? That is simply speculation, and we're never going to know, and I'm not going to claim things that I don't know, so I'm not that guy. So, we can see, obviously, very strong hull armor, very good mobility, not a lot of gun depression, not a very accurate gun, but a lot of penetration, a lot of damage, frontline, brawling, tank destroyer, that is what this is. Then we get to the second tank that was shown, and it's going to be a tech tree, as you can see on. So then we get to the second one, which is the T100 LT, which is going to be a tech tree vehicle together with the Tier 9, which name I don't know. But here, the Tier 9 is not in World Tanks PC, so there is no point to draw any references because it doesn't exist. So, I think with this thing, it is going to be some massive changes for Blitz, because the traditional scouting role that you have in World Tanks PC, it does not exist in Blitz. A traditional light tank does not exist in World Tanks Blitz. It is simply just medium tanks that have less armor and are faster, basically the Leopard 1. So, you can see the problem. The Batchat 25T is a medium tank. The Vickers has more armor than a medium tank, so the classic light tank role doesn't really exist at Tier 10 in World Tanks Blitz. You have some lower tier tanks. We're going to get into the LTG later, because that might be a candidate to fill in the vacant spots in Tier 7 and Tier 8 from the tech tree. But those mostly are just crap, so the traditional light tanks don't really work in Blitz, so you want to have to go something for a faster, less armored medium, and that is what I will expect here as well. I would probably assume that they're going to upgrade the gun, because this tank plays in sort of like a bush campy spotting role, or you just run around and get killed by an EBR. That's an option as well. So I would expect them to upgrade the gun. Probably not going to change much about the accuracy and stuff like that. Again, 5 degrees of gun precision, which is not really great here. And the mobility is very strong here. I would expect that to be the case for Blitz as well. I would think that they're going to keep it in that kind of... Obviously, because Wargaming is Russian and this is Russian, they're probably going to overdo it. So, yeah, armor isn't really that much. You have 180 on the turret, but it can be penned still, as you can see. It's pretty much an easy pen everywhere. So yeah, I don't know yet how it's going to happen, but you can expect it to somewhere fill the gap between a T62A and a Leopard 1. And then we get to the last one here that I want to talk about in this video, and that is the LTG, because as you saw at the beginning of the video, I'm in the tech tree. There were 2 gaps in the Tier 7 and Tier 8. I don't know what they're going to put there. They might just move up the LTTB and the T54 lightweight, but they also might introduce this thing, the LTG, which is the Tier 7 in World Tanks PC, because in World Tanks PC, the LTTB is the Tier 8, and the T54 lightweight is the Tier 9, so they moved up those two and put in the LTG at Tier 7. So I think this might be a very decent candidate to be filling that role in Blitz as well, because obviously the model already exists and Wargaming already has it, so I don't know why they wouldn't just take it. So we have this. It's a Tier 7 light tank, so it's basically shit. Decent mobility, decent gun, no armor whatsoever, essentially. It looks weird as hell, you know, has a massive turret, very, very low hull, but I wouldn't expect much of it. It's just going to be an average Tier 7 light tank that is going to get one shot by smashers. So yeah, that is it for today. These videos are kind of weird because you're previewing something that you don't know how it's going to be, and that's why I don't really do these videos normally, but hey, here I am. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and see you for the next one. Goodbye.